Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IAS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 11th April 2021. So let us see which are the important articles in today's The Hindu newspaper. Yes, these are the important articles. Largely the articles relate to our prelims examination. Sunday's newspaper, Science and Technology page and FAQ page, two important pages having directly relevant articles for our examination. Let us take overview of these articles first. Supreme Court hears plea to decriminalize begging. Now the context here is that there is one petition in Supreme Court regarding decriminalization of begging. So how begging is impacting on various fundamental rights under Indian Constitution, how it impacts various DPSPs and even preamble, some of the ideas mentioned in preamble. So from that perspective, social justice GS2 paper, GS1 paper society part, GS4 paper ethics part. So from these respective syllabus points we are going to take input here. Then specifically prelims related articles. First, Indus and Ganges rivers dolphins are two different species. Now one of the research that is done on two subspecies of riverine dolphins, Ganges dolphin and Indus dolphin is done, and here there is a new let's say outcome of this study saying that they are two different species and not subspecies of one species. Okay, so from prelims perspective we are going to take input for Ganges river dolphin. Okay, what are the different names of all over the world, the different riverine dolphins, and then details of Ganges river dolphin, the threats which are facing these dolphins and the conservation status. Next, dolphin boom in Odisha's Chilika Lake. Again a dolphin related article on page number 1, and it is related to Irrawaddy dolphins. Now there was one question directly in your prelims examination, UPSC prelims examination 2019 regarding Irrawaddy dolphins and their locations, where they are found, habitat. So that's why it becomes important UPSC asks such questions. Next, toll mounts as battle for Yemen's Marib heats up. So here the conflict between Yemen government and the Houthis rebellions going on, and what is this Marib region of Yemen? From geography mapping part we have to understand and locate, and we need to know that Marib is the conflict region or region of Yemen. So geography mapping perspective we are going to take input here. Meghalaya villagers oppose dam on Umgut river. Okay, now this Umgut river is one of the clearest river in the country and it is located in Meghalaya. So this perspective we have to this knowledge we have to take here, because there can be question from geography part, geography location of different rivers in different states. Again match the following type of question can be asked. Next, a dozen quasars discovered. So what do you mean by these quasars? So from geography as well as science perspective, space science, we can say that what do you mean by quasars, how it is related to black holes and different galaxies. So we are going to understand this concept here, right? So let us go into details of all these articles. First article is Supreme Court hears plea to decriminalize begging. Now you need to know that there are some states which have criminalized begging. Okay, and for example Bombay Prevention of Begging Act 1959. So under this act begging is the criminal act. Now we know that there was one verdict of Delhi High Court in 2018 and it decriminalized the begging in Delhi region, okay, Delhi state. So from that context here the plea or the petition is there submitted in Supreme Court, and now Supreme Court is going to hear. So this petition is arguing that begging or criminalization of begging impacts on fundamental rights, especially fundamental right under Article 21, that is right to life and personal liberty. This right to life includes right to life with dignity and respect. Okay, so this is being impacted on those beggars of this particular fundamental rights. Along with that, it also impacts the DPSPs, directive principles of state policies, right? So under these directive principles of state policies, the government or the state has the responsibility to take the welfare or the responsibility of all those marginalized sections, weaker sections of society, and ensure their social security. Right? So government has this mandate to provide social security to these people, weaker sections of society. At the same time, one of the important ideal that is mentioned in preamble, that India is the socialist country. So socialist means here the government is having this responsibility to ensure the egalitarian society, and we can understand here the weaker, poorer sections of society who are indirectly forced to beg because of the situation they are facing. This is the responsibility of the state to ensure the basic amenities to them, for example food, clothes, shelter, and we can say opportunities for livelihood. Yes, so this socialist concept or this particular objective ideal that is mentioned in preamble of the constitution. So from GS2 paper, social justice part, we can take inputs here. How it is relevant to ethics paper. Now we can understand that whenever a person is forced to beg, it is violation of his human right. Why? Because the person is either not able to earn the livelihood, or we can say that the person is facing such situation, disability, we can say that is not able to earn the livelihood. Right? So suppose a person is not having his limbs lost in the accident, the person is not having enough skills or any kind of employment skills, we can say that so as to earn the livelihood. So that person is basically forced to beg here. Right? So actually this particular act was brought to ensure the law and order in Bombay region at that time, at the same time to reduce the criminalization or criminals. Right? So crimes were increasing, and to some extent the crimes were linked to begging. Okay, so that's why the criminalization of begging was there under the law. However, it impacts the human rights, human right to live with dignity and respect. This is related to ethics. We can say that it also affects the human values. Don't we have the compassion towards the weaker section of society? Don't we feel anything when the person is coming in front of you and begging for food or money? So it is a part of, let's say, human values. Inbuilt compassion is there among the human for weaker sections of society. Right? So human values, this part. Along with that, you also need to understand the welfare state concept. So Kautilya also talks about welfare state. Along with that, under social contract theory, the government is having the responsibility of welfare of its citizens, people, especially the weaker sections of society. So in this manner, you need to understand the ethical aspects, ethical issues involved in begging or criminalization of begging. Right? So this is how you can take input GS2 paper, GS1 paper, and GS4 ethics paper. Further, we will have follow up on what Supreme Court is going to say about this criminalization of begging. Yes. Moving on, Indus and Ganges river dolphins are two different species. Now this article is there in the Hindu newspaper. From environment perspective, we have to understand and take input here. The study is saying that the Indus and Gangetic dolphins are not subspecies at present. They are categorized as, and this categorization requires revision now. They are two different species. The study is talking about this. Now, in addition to that, the basic information about the Gangetic dolphins. What is this information? Yes, scientific name Platanista gangetica. This is scientific name. Local name Susu. Now you need to know that there are 4 different varieties of rivering dolphins all over the world, and their local names are very unique, and there can be matched the following type of question. For example, Susu, Gangetic rivers found in Ganga river and its tributaries. Bhulan river, Indus and its tributaries, Pakistan. Boto, Amazon river, Brazil, and Baiji, Yangtze river, China. Okay, so locations, rivers and local names. You can see here, except Susu, the name starts with B. Bhulan, Boto, Baiji. Now you can remember that Bhulan is something having Hindi name. It may be referring to the Pakistan, Indus River. Boto, Amazon. Baiji, Yangtze River, China. And Susu is Gangetic dolphin. Now this Gangetic dolphin is declared as national aquatic animal of India. This basic information you need to know that. Along with that, the habitat of Gangetic river is Ganga river and its tributaries. Along with that, you also need to know that these dolphins are generally blind and they prey according to their unique, let's say, having ability of sending ultrasonic sounds, right? So this unique mechanism is evolved within the Gangetic rivers. What are the threats they are facing? The important threat at present is habitat fragmentation by building dams and barrages across Ganga and its tributaries. Along with that, indiscriminate fishing, pollution in the rivers directly killing these dolphins. Earlier we have also looked into this particular issue when it was in news. Some of the people, local people were killing the Gangetic dolphin. This was in news at that time. We covered this in the Hindu analysis. Okay, now the conservation status, most important part for our examination of this Gangetic river. Yes, Appendix 1 of CITES, Convention on International Trade and Endangered Species. Then again the Schedule 1 of Indian, let's say law, Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972, and IUCN conservation status endangered. Now this is common for both this Bhulan, Indus riverine dolphin as well as Gangetic riverine dolphin, endangered. Okay, so there can be, the option will be saying like critically endangered, vulnerable, but it is endangered. Along with that, last year Union government has started Project Dolphin to conserve the riverine as well as the saltwater, or we can say estuarine, coastal, oceanic dolphins. Okay, so this Project Dolphin is in news. Last year Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change has launched this Project Dolphin. We'll look into details of this project also, but that was in news. That's why question can be asked from any of these aspects. Now the next article, again we can say that important, dolphin boom in Odisha's Chilika Lake. Now there was one census of dolphins carried out in Odisha coastal regions, and because of that the outcome of this study is saying that, or survey is saying that, there is increase in number of dolphins, especially Irrawaddy dolphins found in Odisha Chilka Lake. So this is how you can attempt the questions like this. In 2019 there was one MCQ, wildlife and naturally found in, you can see here the Irrawaddy dolphin, and next it is written Chambal river. Okay, now if you know this particular information, you will get the answer correct here, because Irrawaddy dolphins in India, they are having the concentrated population in this Chilika Lake in India. Okay, only in Chilika Lake. These are oceanic dolphins, not riverine dolphins, we can say that, and that's why there is no question of them finding in Chambal river. So 2 is incorrectly matched. You can see here which of them above are correctly matched. They are saying 2 is incorrectly matched, though 2 is not the option, 2 is not the option, 2 is not the option. Answer should be C. I do not want to know about first and third, whether they are correctly matched or not. Only basis on one information I am marking this question correctly. This is how you need to attempt to MCQs. Whatever the information you have with you, you can apply them and get the answers correct here. Now basic information about this Irrawaddy dolphin. Here you can see that these are oceanic dolphins. The photo is there, very differently looking dolphins are there, Irrawaddy dolphins. The concentrated population at present is the lagoon population found in Chilika Lake, India, and Songkhla Lake in southern Thailand. Okay, so in India, Chilika Lake and surrounding lagoon region, largely the concentrated let's say population of these Irrawaddy dolphins is found. Okay, now the conservation status. Conservation status, endangered. Again, you can see here the Gangetic dolphins are also endangered. These are also endangered. Again, Appendix 1 of CITES and Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act, the highest level of protection given to them. Right. Now, brief information on Project Dolphin, because this Project Dolphin is for both river and sea dolphin. 10-year project. See, try to get the factual information also here. 10-year project, both riverine and oceanic dolphins conservation, aim to strengthen biodiversity, create employment opportunities, attract tourism. So it is having some economic aspect also along with the conservation aspect, right? So yes, the threats which are there, these are to be removed, like killing, the habitat fragmentation by dams and barrages. Actually, these are the threats to these dolphins, right? So here again there is let's say information about Ganges river dolphin. We have just now looked into it. Along with that, yes, in India these dolphins are sighted deep rivers in Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. Okay, Gangetic rivers. They are also found in Brahmaputra river and their tributaries also in Bangladesh and Nepal. So that means it is not only found in India, Gangetic rivers, they are also found in Nepal and Brahmaputra also. There can be one option like they are only found in India, right? So yes, and Ganges river dolphin, officially discovered in 1801, can live only in fresh water. So this information or related to Gangetic dolphins. About Project Dolphin, yes, preserving our underwater friends. This is how you need to know the basic information. 10-year project. Okay, yes. Next, Toll mounts as battle for Yemen's Marib heats up. Now basically there is conflict going on between Houthis rebellions of Yemen and the Yemeni government, you can see here, and these Houthis rebels are fighting with the loyalist militaries, the militaries of Yemen. You can see the Marib region. Actually this part is now Houthi rebellions controlled. Okay, and the remaining is not. This Marib region is very important, and now for the control of this Marib there is conflict going on, fight going on between these two. Okay, now Yemen, it is having the border with Gulf of Aden. You can see Red Sea is there, and then the boundaries, Saudi Arabia on the northern side. Here there is Oman, and here there is Somalia of Africa on the south side. Okay, so location, and this Marib region is part of a region of Yemen. You need to know, because UPSC has asked already one question like conflict zones or the civil war zones in the world, especially in Africa and Middle East region, like Darfur region of Sudan. They had asked. At the same time, they have also asked such kind of match the following questions from geography mapping perspective. So that's why you need to know that wherever the unrest is going on, conflict is going on in different countries, especially those in Middle East region or African region, these names of these regions you need to remember, and how these rebellions, they are rebellions belonging to this Yemen country. Fine? Okay. Meghalaya villagers oppose dam on Ungat river. You can see the nature of clear water that Ungat river in Meghalaya is having. It is considered as the clearest river in India and very famous in Meghalaya for tourism. Okay, you can see the boat is there, and the reflection of boat is can be seen on the bottom of the riverbed. This is how the clearest river is. It is. And now the proposed hydroelectric project is there, 210 megawatt in Meghalaya, and the villagers are opposing this because there can be loss of livelihood, that is tourism sector. Along with that, there is threat of submergence of area belonging to villages, some of the villages. That's why it is in news. What is the important for us? The name Ungat river and belonging to Meghalaya, it is considered as one of the clearest river in India. Fine? Meghalaya, Ungat river, clearest river in India. Okay. Next, quasars. Now you can see the photograph. How does it look like? Basically, this concept is they are extremely luminous cores of distant galaxies that are powered by supermassive black holes. You can see the center of these galaxies, and there are sometimes explosions of these centers. These are known as quasars. So there can be question in prelims regarding explanation of this. Which among the following is considered as quasars? Or we can say that the question can be related to, let's say, meaning. Along with that, the question in prelims examination can be of, let's say, match the following type of question along with other such concepts in space science, right? So try to remember this conceptually. Quasars are luminous, extremely luminous cores of distant galaxies that are powered by supermassive black holes. Black hole is continuously in news. Already UPSC is asked. Last year there was Nobel Prize 2020 in physics was given for research in black holes. So that's why it was in news last year also. We can expect question in prelims examination now, right? Okay, so yes, these were important articles from today's The Hindu newspaper. For further information on editorial discussion classes or ED classes, wherein in-depth analysis of mains related issues and articles is done by Ansari sir and team, you can contact Lukman IAS. Thank you.